Hello guys, this is Dimitrios, Transformational Coactive Coach, and today we'll be busting myth number 3 of our series 10 plus 1 myths about your dream job.
Ready? Let's break this one too, shall we? Myth number 3. You should have studied and have a lifelong experience on your ideal job to succeed at it. So, no matter what, you need to have worked and studied for a long time, if not forever. Let's reframe right away, shall we? To succeed in your ideal job, you need to show that you care and you're passionate about it. Quick distinction here. I'm not implying that studies and experience are not important. They are extremely valuable, but they are not always necessary to succeed in your dream job. So, two things here: caring and passion. So, number 1 is caring. What is caring then? Caring means caring about people. No matter how great your expertise is or how many years of experience you have, people buy people, not just products nor services. Let me say that again. People buy people. That is you, the feeling that you create to them. Security, joy, enthusiasm, etc. It's your energy, your aura. It's the reason for which a can of Fanta can cost from 2 euros till 15-20 euros, besides other factors. When you don't care, your customer service would inevitably and gradually be decreasing and losing its value, ending up wondering what's been wrong so far. So, if you don't care about people, sorry to tell you this, but start caring now. Nobody has ever achieved anything alone, but via others' help, by society. Not only because our services are addressed to it, but because we are a fundamental particle of it as well. Number 2, passion. That is always being passionate about your work. If you don't wake up every morning inspired by a purpose, your purpose, by a driven force that motivates you to make you keep on going for your goals, for the vision of your personal life and of world, then you do know that something's not quite right. Something's going wrong, and that you need to look into yourself and ask, do I really love what I do? Could I be doing this 24/7 for the rest of my whole life? If so, would I feel complete, fulfilled, happy, alive? Or this feeling of exuberance, or euphoria, or even stunnedness without any alcohol or drugs? If yes, then you are definitely on the right path. If not, congratulations! You've just had a great opportunity and a unique chance for exploring more yourself and your interests, and for start taking action. That is, trying out new things and having new experiences. Because the more things we try out, the more experiences we have, and the more learning and awareness of ourselves we develop. So when you are passionate about your work, your energy is literally limitless. You are looking forward to starting your week, your day, and just dive into and dance with it. And yes, you won't even be considering it as a job, but as fun instead. As a result, you will be being more productive, more lucrative, fully motivated. You will be having an amazing customer service, and you will be facing failure as a great way of learning more to reach your goals and your vision faster, and not as a discouraging factor. And then success will be just an expected outcome of your passion. Let's have a few examples on this, shall we? Thomas Edison, the great inventor, was a salesman and phone operator before creating any of his famous inventions like electric light bulb, phonograph, and motion picture camera. Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish-American industrialist, a business magnate, one of the richest people ever, and a philanthropist. He dropped out of school early to work and made his way up through the railroad industry. Walt Disney, the great animator and film producer. He just had an interest in art and animation, but no formal education or experience. Colonel Harlan Sanders, CEO and co-founder of KFC. He learned to cook just for his family, but it was the chicken dishes that drew attention. Richard Branson, an English business magnate, investor, philanthropist, and founder of Virgin Group and chain of record stores Virgin Records. He simply started out selling records and grew his business from there, expanding it in travel space, telecommunications, and airlines industry. Henry Ford, the great American industrialist, with a net worth of $199 billion in today's money, revolutionized manufacturing and transportation with his car company's innovation, the assembly line. But he did so without a fancy engineering or business background. He left his family's farm at 16 to move to Detroit and became an apprentice in a machine shop. He went on to build his first car in 1896. Steve Jobs, CEO and co-founder of Apple. He showed an early interest in computing and went to Reed College in Portland, Oregon, but dropped out after only one semester. He ended up pursuing Eastern spiritualism in India before returning to the United States and convincing his friend Steve Wozniak to start a business with him. Larry Ellison, Executive Chairman and Chief Technology Officer of Oracle. He dropped out of college twice. The first time, he left the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in his second year when his aunt died. He tried going back to school at the University of Chicago, but only lasted a semester. After developing computer and programming skills in several jobs though, he was able to launch his own software company, Oracle, and went on to become a tech legend. Bill Gates, CEO and co-founder of Microsoft. His parents wanted him to pursue a law career. He entered Harvard University in the fall of 1973, only to drop out 2 years later to found Microsoft with his childhood friend Paul Allen. All these worldwide recognized successful people started out from scratch. They had minimal to no higher education and experience. Nevertheless, they did care about people and followed their passion till the end of their life, passing on their internal legacy to the world. Myth number 3, busted.
What's your legacy? What would you like to pass on to this world? What would you like to be remembered for? Feel free to share it with us and comment below. And if you like our video, please like or share it below. And if you would like to keep up with our upcoming series 10+1 myths about your dream job, subscribe on our channel. Thanks guys for watching this video again, and see you on myth number 4. Take care.